Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I got a little somebody here who decided, Mom. She even said that, Mom. Yeah, I'm peeking on you. Mhm. Yeah, she. Mhm. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to take the morning off again. I did do my morning meditation and yoga. That's what was most important for me. But as far as exercise and walking are concerned, I take those off a little bit. My sugar is a little screwed up. By the time everything was said and done with everything, picking up the car, running errands, it was around 4 o'clock by the time I got home. Hadn't even eaten yet. I didn't eat before I left because my stomach was just, yeah, not doing too good. And I didn't think it was a good idea to be sitting in an Uber for 35 minutes, something like that, running all the way down and having upset stomachs the whole time. And I knew that's what would happen if I ate. So I decided to hold off until I got home. So all in all, I wound up only eating once the whole day yesterday. Yeah. Woke up this morning, my sugar was 78. So yeah, I did drink an Ensure, and of course, yeah, now I'm flying a little bit, but I need to get that straightened around first before I don't know, and I just was feeling like when I was doing my yoga, I'm like, maybe I should hold off, maybe just for a few days even, partly because too, I kind of injured my, I don't know, shin. I think I chipped the bone even. I realize it's not that bad or anything, but I was feeling it a little bit with trying to do my yoga. Um, so it's like, yeah, just give it a few days, let that heal up a little bit. Especially since I don't have insurance now. Don't want to wind up injuring it that much more. And I figure as far as walk is concerned, yeah, I could go for a walk, but I'm going to be doing plenty of that with work today. So let's just chill, doing okay and everything, not trying to win a race. It's like Jade always says in his videos with the program that I do. Not trying to win a race, just trying to build a better body. That's what I'm doing. And for me, the most important thing was doing my yoga. So, and I had said that this morning when I first woke up. One of the things I like to do when I first wake up in the morning, I always check my Instagram account, check my YouTube account, making sure of, I like checking my feed on IG. I check my YouTube for possible any comments or whatever. And then I also like to check my blog account. And they have these community questions that they post every single day. It's just one a day, And the question this morning is, what are you passionate about? And it was my answer. I never answer them, actually, but I make mental notes. But for me, what I'm most passionate about is my yoga. So there you go. And so much so that when I woke up, I was having this weird dream where I was about to go off to battle. It was weird. I have no idea. Could be because of, things that are going on there in LA, what I was talking about yesterday and so forth. It could have been just subconscious memory because of that. Could have been just about it, or it could just be because of how I've been feeling, full steam ahead or what have you. But I basically, was kind of retaining that feeling when I woke up. It's like, and it was just like, whoa. Immediately I thought of my yoga and whoa. So, yeah. But I did yesterday, I injured my knee after making my first stop, which was actually from this itchy cooey here. Yeah, getting her food. Yeah. I got her food yesterday, her wet food, and I wound up ordering her dry food through Amazon because it was a little bit too expensive there at PetSmart, and I knew it would be even more expensive at Petco. So I got that, and also decided to order my body wash instead of washing with my shampoo that I always use. So that'll be nice. But yeah, when I was getting back into my car, it's basically just like a, well, they call it a midsize. It's basically a Toyota Corolla. And immediately I was thinking that I was getting back into my SUV that I had. Oops. And bam. Ow. It's like on my shin just below my knee. I think I may have chipped the bone a little bit. That's why I'm like, yeah. That's why I'm being a little bit concerned, Just, it's like, damn. It just doesn't feel quite right, when I rub on it, feel on it, or whatever. It's like, yeah, I think I may have chipped the bone a little bit, because it's like a little bit sharp there on the one side. Like, yeah, so let's just chill. If I chip the bone that easily, yeah, I'd much rather just chill and let it have a little bit of time to repair itself. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm feeling it right now. It doesn't feel quite right, So, yeah, I'm just gonna let that chill. But anyway, I was gonna head over to Whole Foods, and then there was World Market right there next door. I thought, with everything, maybe I'll buy myself a little treat. Things did go very, very well with the car rental. Didn't have to buy any extra insurance, none of that or anything. It's just a straight fee every single week, as long as the money's in the bank account. And I do 30 rides, not actual rides, but deliveries. Then I'm good to go. Okay, so it's like, yay. And I won't be able to do deliveries. Something happened. I don't know what happened, but when I went up on my account, it's showing that my background check needed to be redone again. Weird. But it came back, everything's fine, or whatever. So it's like, whatever, just, yeah, something got messed up there. So, anyway, went through that again. Oh, that could be the reason why. I just thought of that. The new driver's license. Yeah, because before it was done on my Nevada license, so it's probably because I switched my driver's license over to Minnesota. That could be what triggered it. I didn't think about that, so either way, we're good. But either way, as far as that is concerned, I'm good to go with doing actual rides as far as ride sharing is concerned, but I still can't do completely do ride sharing because I don't have the airport permit. I wouldn't be able to pick up at the airport, we'll put it that way, if I wound up doing the ride sharing. But I'm good to go as far as doing the ride sharing is concerned. But like I said, I wouldn't be able to. And I forgot to pick up one of the Uber decals to put in the window. Oh well, that's okay. I don't want to do ride sharing, plain and simple. It's not just because of the breathing issues and so forth, because I still have some issues with perfumes, colognes, laundry detergents, all that sort of stuff. I still have some issues, not nearly as bad as what they were, but it does catch every once in a while, and they're right in here. That section right in there, I still, yeah, a lot of issues. But not nearly as bad as what I was a year ago. Let's put it that way. So anyway, I'll just be doing straight deliveries. That's what I prefer to do anyway. So we're set ready to go with that. And I had taken with the cell phone holder that connects up to the air vents, and unfortunately it's not compatible with the air vents. So here I am trying to And of course, I don't know my way around or anything. And so here I am trying to drive on these freeways that I know nothing about or anything, holding my phone in this hand, driving with and I'm just like, gosh, I hope I don't get caught by a cop the whole time. And then, of course, it starts raining and this, and I'm like, oh gosh. So, but anyway, I made it. No problem. So anyway, they got her taken care of as far as food is concerned, and then I was gonna run over to Whole Foods and maybe stop off at World Market there next door, get myself maybe a little treat or something, you know, a little kitchen gadget or what have you. Um, yeah, that's what I was kind of looking for, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I can get a bird book at Barnes& and Noble. I know they're close by. So I just couldn't remember where, so I put that into GPS, ran over there, and I'm wandering around the store trying to find where the bird books are. Happened upon one section with autobiographies, and there's one book in there that I would really, really like to see about getting. It's from Brooke Shields. What did she call it? Oh, it's Brooke Shields, and then is not allowed to grow old or something like that. And basically talks about women, having to go through the aging process and everything. And I'm like, that would be a good book to read. I should have picked it up while I was there. I didn't think about it. So maybe if I'm in the area later or whatever, maybe I can pick it up. Because I wouldn't mind reading that. Or maybe I can just get it through an ebook purchase. As I do have a Barnes & Noble account through there. And it's usually cheaper too. So maybe I'll just do that. But yeah, I thought that would be kind of interesting to read. So, and then there was a really saucy, I don't want to say, well, another book about Shirley MacLaine. Picture of her was from when she was younger, and she was looking very saucy. That's what I was trying to say. I always loved Shirley MacLaine. She's phenomenal, little Miss Attitude. Hello, yes, So I always loved her. So. But yeah, that would probably be one that I wouldn't mind reading either. Especially after I had read Christopher Plummer's autobiography several years back, and there's a little excerpt that that he had in there about her and about something that she was doing in a movie theater during a premiere. Of course, he couldn't be certain, but oh my gosh, I love her. Can't help it. I love her to pieces. So anyway, but I happened upon this section where books are discounted, and they also had tarot and oracle cards, and I had 3 decks. One of them that really caught my eye, it had to do with basically hand yoga gestures or poses. And I'm like, ooh, that fits right in line with me, because of the card readings that I do and everything. And it's basically an oracle deck, and only it's focusing around hand yoga. And I'm like, that's awesome. I love that combination. And especially with the path that I'm going down, I could probably incorporate that into my practice and what I want to do and everything. So I went ahead and grabbed that one. And we're talking decks that were only $12 a box. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it, Can't beat that price, because they're usually like around 25 upwards to $50. Some of them are as high as $75, $100. All depending, I think the most I've paid for a deck was $50. So, and I've got that one with me. So, but anyway, I picked up 3 decks. I picked up that one, and then there was 2 that I've had my eye on up on Prime for quite a while, and I picked those 2 up as well. One on basically the Celtic heritage, and it wasn't I just talking about that the day before, with the dresser scarf and doily set that I've been working on for a little under a year, yeah, or about a year, something like that anyway. I don't remember, but anyway, I know I started it before I left Vegas, and I dedicating that to my Celtic ancestors. So, and then to come across that deck, and I've had my eye on that deck up on Prime for a while, and I'm like, I'll take it. And then there was also one on crystals, on using crystals, and they're all oracle decks, so it's like, yay! So I got some work to do there with going through those, and I think I'll start with the yoga one, though. Definitely. And then also there's a book on herbal remedies, and I left mine behind back there. So, yeah. And I also got in contact with, or at least I sent her, my friend who has all my stuff out there, sent her a message, hey, let's get this ball rolling. So, I'm sure that she'll get with me when she gets a chance. I know she's a busy lady. She sells, she buys those Amazon pallets of basically returns that people do, and then she turns around and sells them up on What's Not. So, yeah. So yeah, I know that she's busy, especially when they get those pallets in. So she might be busy for a little bit. Also, and of course I made it to Whole Foods, bought a little bit of stuff, so I don't need to run back there for a little bit and get that taken care of. And I'll get, unfortunately they did not have my bird book there. I was a little disappointed. He was like, oh, we could order, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, it's okay. So I'd already placed the order for Miss Ichiku. Yeah. One of these days I'm going to buy you some shampoo and give you a bath. It'd probably help. She's like, yeah. I know. She's going to be 7 at the end of this month. And she's definitely showing her age with her sassiness. Yeah. Little sassy butt. Yes, you are. Oh, Mommy, don't pick on me. I'm going to bite you, Mommy. You going to bite your Mommy? You going to get your Mommy? Silly girl. You're such a silly. Yes, you are. You're such a silly girl. Oh, you're going to get your Mommy? Didn't make it back to Walmart. Or a Walmart anyway, a different one, but I figure I can do that during my runs today. But I did go back up on Amazon, and I went ahead and ordered that one bird book that I've had my eye on. I wanted to see it before I bought it, but I'm just like, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. It's basically the Stokes Field Guide. I have been a Stokes user for over 20 years, and I did look at some other ones, and I'm just like, no, I'm just too used to, I'm too set in my ways when it comes to that. I even looked at the series of books that I had bought before for tree, wildflower, and insect identifications, but I was just like, no. They had one for birds, but I'm like, no, even though the pictures are actual pictures, this and that and everything, it's not quite what I'm used to. And because Stokes they're very good. It's a husband and wife, and they're very, very good at getting like close-ups and so on and so forth. So in that way, you can get some of those identifying markings and everything, and that's why I stick with them. But usually I do the eastern and western regions, but they have one that's just for North America, and I hadn't seen that one before, and I wanted to look at it to make sure that it has everything, but I'm sure that it probably does. But if not, I figure I can always get the eastern western region. We're kind of, because of where the Mississippi is, it kind of starts, even though it's kind of on the eastern side of the state or what have you, we're right here on that borderline of eastern and western regions. So it's including like TV and radio station identifications. So you might find stations that begin with a W, some might begin with a K. So yeah, it just kind of really depends. Because I know that Mississippi is that dividing line there. So, but I figure I would go ahead and order that and be good to go. The only downside, I like the car I got. It's not too bad, for a mid-sized car or what have you. The only downside to it is that the control console, where it has like the GPS and so forth in it, it doesn't work. So, I mean, it has the backup camera, which is nice. I've never had that before, so that's nice. But unfortunately, it's also where the radio is. And I didn't want to be going all the way back down there to be like, hey, so I don't know if they did something to disconnect it, or if I was reading that it can be a bit of an issue with that particular year of Corolla, and they're telling you things that you can try and so forth. I'm like, I ain't gonna mess with it. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'll live without having a radio station and be done with it. So, I'm gonna have to take it back down there, to see about getting oil changes done anyway, and I'll go from there. I am going to have to download the Hertz app and see about finding out, when the next oil change is going to need to happen, and so forth. So, but yeah. Anywho, pretty much set, ready to go. It's just those little itty bitty things. Got things situated in the car after I got home and ate. Finally ate food. And got things situated, got things set up as far as the spreadsheet is concerned. That's the thing, because I am paying for a weekly rental to do the Ubering, but I'm also using it for personal use. So, yeah, that's kind of a tricky line there and everything. So, figure what I would do is just go ahead and keep track of the mileage. I think I'll probably get more, as far as tax purposes are concerned, I think I'll probably get more off of mileage anyway. So, and it's actually a little bit better if I do that, then that way I'm able to separate, that personal versus business purposes. The only question I forgot to ask them is whether I can take the car out of state, for personal usage. Because I have seriously considered, taking that one of those trips to maybe take a trip to Michigan or something, or at least maybe Wisconsin. So I'm not entirely too sure if I'm permitted to do that or not. I know the majority of the mileage is supposed to be for Uber usage or what have you. The only reason why I would have a concern is if I, have an emergency while I'm out on the road. Well, what are you doing in Illinois? What are you doing in Michigan? And you're not on a ride. So that's the reason why I would be concerned. So, but yeah, otherwise we're pretty much set, ready to go as far as that is concerned. I figure I'll eat and get myself ready and then head on out, for things. Ooh, we did get some fog last night. It did rain a little bit yesterday here and there. Really, it was coming down when while I was shopping. Of course it would. But it wasn't that bad. It was nice. It was actually really beautiful weather. I'm loving the weather. I'm loving the rain and so forth after living all those years in the dryness and everything. I'm absolutely loving all of this weather. I can't help it. It's a nice mixture, So, you have your cloudy days, you have your rainy days, you have your sunny days, and then, of course, in winter, you'll have those snowy days. So, but yeah, it's nice. So, it's kind of cool today to get a little bit warm. Yesterday got up to 80. I don't know what the temp is supposed to be today. But Did get some fog last night. Even this morning when I woke up, it was around 4:30ish, something like that. And it was a bit foggy out. Yeah, I had to use the restroom. So it was like, wow, and it's still a little bit humid out. So and they were saying on my weather app that it was still a little bit foggy. So it's like I'm loving it. I mean, it's actually with driving around myself yesterday, it dawned on me what this all does remind me of. There's a section, what this area reminds me of. There's a section as you're driving like south on I-15. Once you get past the San Bernardino Forest and, you know, all the exits for San Bernardino and Riverside and Rancho Cucamonga and so on and so forth, and you keep going south as though you're heading towards San Diego. And after you get past all of that, there's that stretch of freeway out there that's about, I don't know, hour, something like that, and it's all horse country, a lot of green and so on and so forth, and kind of reminds me of that with making those runs. When I lived out in Vegas, I made runs down to San Diego every once in a while at least, and I usually would stay there, Hotel Circle, because it was close to Ocean Beach, which I really love to go to. And then, what's the name of that park there with the museums? Can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, I used to like to go there. But there was that one little itty bitty park. It was like it went left to go to Ocean Beach, and then you went right to go to Ocean Beach, and then you went left, and kind of twisted and wound to go up to that little park. I used to like to just go there and sit there and just chill and everything, relax and so forth. But anyway, oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. While we were making our drive down there to pick up the car, for some reason, I went up on my Facebook account. I don't even remember why. And there was an advertisement there for Viking Fest. I'm like, oh, that would be cool. That'd be fun. So I looked it up this morning. It's the first 2 weekends in October. So I'm like, oh, that would be so much fun. I did look up where it's at, and it's really not that far. It's about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, something like that, south of here, basically. And I'm like, that would be so much fun. They have two different kinds of passes. They have a 1 day pass where you pick a date and then you go, and they have a season pass for all 4 days. So I'm thinking about doing that. So I know already talked to Angie, and she's definitely interested in going. She's got Nordic ancestry, big time. A lot of her ancestors are from Sweden, so most definitely, yeah. So anyway, there was I forgot about that book there too. I should have picked that one up, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm gonna have to make a trip back to Barnes and Noble. I gotta be careful though, because I gotta make sure I gotta have enough money to cover, you know, next week's car rental too. So, and food. So, and I gotta get money together for health insurance too. So anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. She already said that that first weekend she is always works, but the second weekend she could see about going. So yeah, and I'm thinking just do a season pass. Then, you know, if for whatever reason a particular day we decide to try and go, we're not able to for some reason, then we have the opportunity to go another day. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. She's like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, especially with me with my issues and everything. So, or maybe she might have to work or whatever, or she might have to, you know, try and um, do a day switch or whatever, something, But anywho, I'm the one with the flexible schedule now. I like that. So that way I can go do these things. I always wanted to go to the Run Fair out there. Never got a chance to. Lived out there for 20 years, never had a chance to go. Drove by it several times, but never went. It's like, ugh, what's the matter with me? I know what the matter is with me. Or was with me. Not no more. So, but she did tell me that they do have a Run Fair here. It's been going on for years. If anything, it's gotten to be so big, they usually, they have to rent the space, and they've been trying to buy that land that they've been doing it, but they've been running into issues. So, that's at the end of, it runs starting, I think she said middle of August, all the way into Labor Day weekend. It's like, damn, that's a huge Run Fair. Big, definitely bigger than out there, because out there it's only 3 days, always mid-October. So it's like, yay, definitely have to check that out too. So, but anyway, and also I set a goal for myself. Goal is by end of August, see about having my own place. It's a lot of work to do, but that's okay. I'm up to the challenge. I'm up to the task. So, yeah, I want to get my own place. I really, really do. So, but, yeah, making progress. Making progress. That's all that matters. So, yeah, a little bit at a time. I'm thinking maybe next week, maybe I can get a little kitchen gadget or something, just a little bit each week. Definitely, I need salt and pepper grinders. I need those very, very badly. So, but yeah, we're making progress, and that's what matters. So, yeah, I got the window open. It's so nice out, so beautiful. Get the fresh air in. I didn't have the window open overnight. Woke up. That's another reason why I'm just kind of like, with the exercise or whatever. I'm just not feeling it. I had some congestion. That's why I was like, no, let's focus a little bit more on the yoga and not worry so much about the exercises. And of course, I can get my walk in, my steps in anyway with doing the deliveries. So I'm excited about. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention about the car. I almost forgot. I got the car, and I was out there with the clicker thingy, listening, trying to find it, and so forth. I was like, there it is. I walk up to it, and it didn't have Minnesota plates. It had out-of-state plates from Illinois, and I just was like, okay, hi, Mom. My mom was born and raised in Chicago. And it was like, yeah. So, and then what was funny too is I was sifting. I had taken stuff they had given me and put it in the glove compartment. Didn't even look at it until later. I went out to so I could see the starting mileage, so I could put that into my spreadsheet because IRS needs to know that for the tax forms. So anyway, I got that and logged that in, and I happened to look at the registration, Cook County, which is Chicago. It's like, yeah, hi, Mom. So, but anywho, yeah, it's exciting. I'm actually going down the path. Yeah, I'm actually going down it. So I'm excited to, and that's the other thing I have to see about getting money together for also, or the yoga certification classes, and also the Tai Chi classes and so forth. So yeah, we're making progress here. We're making progress, and it's beautiful progress. It's wonderful progress. I'm so happy, so proud. So yeah. But anywho, yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I'm gonna let you go so I can eat. It's almost 11, And I'm hungry. That's another reason why I didn't want to go for my walk and so forth. Feel a little bit weak because I didn't eat much yesterday. I only had the one meal. Yeah. So get that taken care of. Anywho, I love you guys. I will talk at you soon. Love you.